Hey everybody, this is Richard Simontelli again. Today's video topic is pillar number 3, your organic and social strategy. So just to give you some context again, I'm an internet consultant and I help business owners and expert service providers to help them grow and scale their business and using the power of the internet to make it all happen. So if you want, you can go back to my website at rsroi.com and you can learn about pillar number 1 and pillar number 2 because, yes, they do have to happen before pillar number 3. But either way, I want you to understand the big picture about what your organic and social strategy should look like to make your business grow too. Okay, so the first thing you should understand is what on-page search engine optimization means. So that means that every single piece of content that is on your website is potentially information that can be searched. And if it can be searched, that means it can be linked to your site and be found. So depending on what your website is and what your services are, your goods are, or if it's an e-com store, no matter what it is, your content needs to be optimized. So this is a whole art and science, and this is probably one of the first major breakthroughs of marketing online was search engine optimization. So it's been around for, who knows, maybe over 20 years now, or maybe over 15 years. And the rules change, though. The rules change a lot. I mean, there's basic fundamental rules of search engine optimization that you have to do no matter what, whether it's for Google or Yahoo or whatever the search engine may be. There are fundamental basics, but these companies, they're trying to make their user experience as best as possible. So if you're thinking of something and you're researching it, you want to find it as quickly as possible, and that's what Google wants. That's what these search engines want. And they also want that to happen, hopefully for them, by using advertising on their search engine page that you pay them for so that you get ranked and you appear on page 1. However, you can appear on page 1 of a search engine results page by organic work. And like I said, there's a whole art and science to it. It's a big process. But you have to find people who are constantly doing this process and who are constantly listening and learning from the search engines about what rules and so on that are being implemented so that you can continually optimize. And the more you follow their rules and follow the relevancy, then I think the more success you have. So again, all the information that you have on your website is important. That's why I'm going to talk about later. Content is extremely important for your website. Now, off-page search engine optimization is also extremely important. So what search engines do is they like to bring listings of websites that are probably going to be the most relevant to the person who is searching. So if you have a website where there's conversations and articles and links and backlinks, etc., that are occurring off your page but are related to your website, then you get relevancy for that, relevancy score for that. In other words, you get points and credit for that by how important you are outside of your website and how not important per se, but what if there's conversations about your business and there's links to your business and to your website, it's an extremely important off-page optimization that needs to be done. There's a whole, again, science to that, but you need to optimize that because a lot of traffic comes from other places other than a search engine. So if you're on another website and you see something interesting and there's a link for it and they click, boom, and they get to your website, you want that to happen. So, I'm kind of referring to backlinks, which is extremely important, but there's a whole slew of other things you need to do. But make sure you focus on-page and off-page optimization. And then there's a really cool thing called local SEO, which a lot of businesses and business owners don't even use. And it's pretty much free. So if you register your business properly, and it has to be done properly with Google Maps and other listings, and they all have to be consistent. They have to be perfectly the same. Every T is crossed, every letter I is dotted on your address, and the commas and the phone numbers. Everything has to be matching across the board so that when people are locally looking for you, I mean, you might have a business that is based on local, not based on national or statewide or even international. So your business might be based on local traffic. So, for instance, if you're an auto dealership, you're going to be competing against budgets from BMW and Ford and Toyota, these huge budgets for the national SEO rankings. But on the local basis, you can win with local SEO. So you really pretty much apply all the same principles of regular search engine optimization, but you do it for local radiuses, I guess. So there's a whole science to that too. It's just amazing how deep you can get into this. But there's a whole industry on just local SEO, so that people find you locally, and that's extremely important. So I try to optimize everything. I want to optimize you so that you're locally found and you're statewide or nationally or internationally. So that's the key there. And then, of course, there's social media marketing. And we all know how important social media is. And a lot of business owners I speak with and deal with, they don't even have all the platforms set up. They don't have those platforms optimized. They don't have them consistently lined up. This kind of touches on pillar number one of making sure that you're ready to convert and having all of your platforms speaking the same language, so to speak, with the right messages and just clear call to actions, etc. So all of that business is extremely important to make and round out your online presence, and really to make it so that you can be the preeminent provider in your niche. So and this final pillar is extremely important. You want to have organic sort of popularity. You want people to find you not only in the ad, but also in the organic section. I mean, I know that I sort of trust the organic section more because they earned it by getting there, by just their popularity of that search. So it's very important. Now, in order to enhance all this, in order to expand, as I said, all that information on your website, content is so important to apply to your business. So fresh content. It's so important. I mean, I used to be in the fashion industry, and I used to work for Ralph Lauren, and we always used to say, product is king. Product is king. If you have the right product, all the other issues will go away because people want the product. That's what they want. Make that happen. So Ralph was the king of that. And for internet marketing, content is king. So you have to make sure that you create new content. It could be webinars, it could be video clips like I'm doing, it could be articles, blogs, anything. It could be email subscriptions, whatever it may be. You need to make sure you create fresh content. And if you don't have the time to do it, or you don't know how to do it, you can learn how to do it. You can Google it, but you can also pay companies to do it for you. So there's ways around this. But this whole pillar is sort of like buttons up the three pillars, where the first pillar I mentioned earlier, which is, don't start any of this activity until you're ready for all of your platforms are ready and optimized for conversion. That's pillar number one. Pillar number two is all about your paid ad strategy, whether you create demand, chase demand, or remind the demand. And then this pillar three is really kind of sums it all up, so that you get organic traffic, whether it's from off page or on page, or from local SEO, or from your social media. And again, content is driving all of those tentacles to make the attention go out there, and to make these sort of, I call them conversations, that are happening in these in search engines, and people are thinking of what they're looking for. They're searching for it in the social media platforms per se. So this is an extremely important pillar to execute. And again, you get all three pillars working for you, you will be growing your business tremendously, first of all, but you will be like the company or the business that people know, and you'll become that household name because of all of this hard work. So I hope that made sense to you. If it doesn't, or if you still have more questions or anything, just go to my website at rsroi.com. You can send me an email there. You could also, if you want to talk to me directly, you can even book time through my calendar link that's there. So I hope to hear from you, but I hope this was helpful to you. It's this whole 3-pillar process is extremely successful, and that's why I'm sort of bragging with these videos to make them happen, because I really want to educate everyone on what I discovered, and I think this can help you too. So thank you, and have a great week. Thank you. Bye.